The Federal Executive Council has approved the revised estimated total cost of the contract for the provision of engineering infrastructure to Wasa Affordable Housing District in the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja. Minister of FCT Mohammed Bello disclosed this after the hybrid council meeting held at the Presidential Villa, Abuja. He said the council augmented the cost of the project to be completed in 42 months at 28.1 billion naira in addition to the sum of 57 billion naira approved in 2014 to enable the project to withstand current realities, making it a total contract sum of 85 billion naira.
Today's council meeting, I presented a memo for the augmentation of the contract sum for the development of the Wasa Affordable District in the southern fringes of the Federal Capital City, Abuja. And that the company handling the project is Gilmo Nigeria Limited. And the augmentation was in the sum of 28 billion 117,904,027 naira. The initial contract for that project was awarded in 2014 at the sum of 56 billion. But as time went by and due to inflation and so many other factors, we had to vary the contract and the price to reflect current reality. And that's the reason why the contract was presented, the augmentation request was presented to Council, and I'm happy to say that Council approved it.
All is set for Nigeria to begin local production of vaccines as Federal Executive Council approved efforts being made to produce vaccines locally in accordance with Nigeria vaccine policy under the BioVaccine Nigeria Limited. Minister of Health Osage Hanire said the BioVaccine company is a joint venture between the Federal Government of Nigeria and May and Baker Nigeria PLC. Osage added that the political will and commitment of the government were to make Nigeria a hub for production of high-quality, affordable, and efficacious vaccines.
And after going through various countries, South Africa, Indonesia, they settled with the Serum Institute of India, which will now be the technical partner to support them in setting up vaccine production plant in Nigeria. Yeah. And in the partnership, the Serum Institute of India requires that you must have a certain order. If we help you to produce in Nigeria, who will buy? And that's what we call the market access. Because vaccines are not things you put on the shelf where people go and buy like Panadol. They have to be purchased by government, and they are supposed to be administered by government, by the Primary Healthcare Development Agency. So who will buy? So government now has approved 15% of the vaccines that UNICEF normally supplies us for BioVaccine to supply through contract manufacturing with the Serum Institute of India. And with that beginning, Serum Institute of India will now be comfortable enough to come and join BioVaccine Nigeria in building their manufacturing plant here in Nigeria in Ota. So that arrangement has now been approved by the Federal Executive Council for the BioVaccine to have 15% of the market share, which will be used for contract manufacturing of those vaccines as an initial step over the next few years when the plant in Nigeria starts to work.
Giving an insight into the gridlock as rehabilitation and construction work on the Lagos-Ibadan Expressway progresses, the Minister of Works and Housing, Babatunde Fashola, appealed for the cooperation of citizens, motorists, and protesting students to be patient with the government.
That is being done, and also the traffic and the behavior of drivers and commuters, as well as elements, heavy rainfall recently that is causing the discomfort. Once again, I use this medium to apologize and to empathize to citizens, commuters who need that place to get on with their lives. It's the place we left to the last, really, because it's the most built up area. The last 6 kilometers into into Lagos, very densely populated and occupied. So it's going to cost, and there's very little room for alternative routes for people. So they just have to bear with us. And I also heard that some aggrieved students under the ages of NANS are also going onto the road in order to protest. And my respectful view is that that is not helpful at all to the citizens. The right to protest is a very well protected right in our constitution, but it does not include the right to inflict pain and inconvenience on other people. And so whilst their protests can go on, they should refrain from blocking the road in order to do their protest. That is, in itself is a violation of law.
Meanwhile, the Ministry of Petroleum Resources also got contract approval for the construction of internal roads and drainages in NCDM gas hub located at Paloko in Bayelsa State. The Minister of State for Petroleum Resources restated that the rehabilitation work for the Port Harcourt Refinery will be completed by December 2022. From the Presidential Villa, Abuja, Folonsha Degoke, Core TV News.